everybody, Buggeater back with another video. So this week I'm taking you along on my last two hunts of 2022. So the first half of this video is from my last day in Michigan where I hunted an 1830's yard, and the second half is from my return to Nebraska where I hit a circa 1900 farmhouse. Anyway, stay tuned the next couple of weeks as I'll be posting my best of 2022 videos, the first half coins and the other half relics. But without further ado, let's go do some metal detecting. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Well, I just started onto a yard. I'm by myself today as Chandler is sick today. Right down in the sandy soil, would you look at that? That is a flat button. And that, wow, the condition on this is just amazing. Let's give that a pants rub. No fancy, so just a plain one. Looks like it says orange color down at the bottom, and at the top, it's got a name on it. But it's definitely got an early 1800s look to it, so I'll certainly take it. Let's see if we get something else. So that came in identical to a nickel. If I fish it out of here, that looks to be some sort of super old looking little ring, and it's definitely a junker, so not precious. However, that has a very, very early look to it, like possibly even 1800. So I will certainly take that. So when the patch settle go, let's see if we get something else. So here's a couple more junky relics I did not get on camera out of the hole, but I've got a chunk of a spoon bowl, and it's busted off. It's got a very early look to it, probably off a fiddlehead. And I also got onto this silver-plated drawer pull. Not exactly sure on the age of it, but it's pretty fancy. It's a cool find. So in the pouch still go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, I really had to work for that one. I see little rounded green. This hit 83, and actually I feel a shank. So yeah, that is a flat button. Super pretty patina again on this one. Let's see what the face has. Do we have a design? Do not appear to have any sort of design. However, look at that beautiful back mark. It's from London, so it's British made. Let's see what the other side has for us. Get a little bit tough to read, but I'm gonna clean this up a little and I'll loop you back in with the rest of the back. So here's just one more look at that back mark. Best quality London is what it says. If I had to take a guess, probably 1820s, 1830s, so pretty close to 200 years old. So I'll certainly take it. Let's see if we get something else. I just exposed a pretty green coin. It hit a little bit high, and I see Lincoln. Well, I'll take a wheat penny still. Hopefully it's a wheat penny. Let's see what we have for a date. Couldn't tell you. That is so slick, but yeah, it's definitely a wheat penny, but it's a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, here's an interesting little bit. It is brass. It hit like an Indian, and it appears to have some fancy Victorian East Lake pattern, but it's definitely got some H to it. So let's see if we get something else. Well, this was super deep. It hit 89. I'm hoping for another flat button, and I don't feel a shank. Instead, I see Lincoln, and I believe a date of 1952. So not the old find I was looking for, but still a cool find. I'll take a wheat penny. So let's see if we get something else. Well, somebody was eating outside back in the day. Look at that. That is a super mangled and very early looking spoon. Let's get that bent back into shape. That actually snapped back together really nice, and it's got a super old fiddlehead style to it if I can get that all cleaned up. And oh wow, look at the fancy on that. That's definitely a very old spoon, though. If I had to take a guess on age, probably mid-1800s, maybe a little bit later. But it's a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, here's the first piece of old stuff for today. I just started onto a new farmhouse permission. This is an accordion reed, and I cannot see a note up at the top, but it's still a cool find either way. It's definitely got some age to it. So let's see if we get something else. This is really interesting. It hit 99, which should be a silver dollar. That's not a silver dollar, but wow, that's incredible. That's a big lock plate with a door knocker attached to it. This is gonna need some cleaning off camera, and I will loop you back in. Well, looks like the chickens have left me a little gift, because not far from the coop, check that out. That looks like it's gold plated, and it's got what appears to be the shape of a leaf. Whatever this is very interesting. I'm thinking maybe a brooch of some sort. Not 100% sure, but it's a cool find either way. Let's see if we get something else. We are onto the surface finds now. This is just a little abalone button. This dates to the late 1800s or so. I'll stick that in my pouch and bring it down to what I got right here. Look at that. That appears to be a glass bottle stopper. So probably, again, turn of the century. But that is a super cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this was like not even an inch deep. I see a penny and it looks pretty green. I'm in the yard proper, this farmhouse, and look at that. 1 cent. That is a wheat penny, and it's a really green one, so we might have an old date on this. Not much that I can see, but looks like a 1918, so that is a super old wheat penny, so I will take it. Let's see if we get something else. I'm like a pace away from that last penny. Way down underneath the tree root is another super green looking penny. This one appears to be another wheat. Yeah, there's 1 cent on the back. And for a date on this one, we have got, ooh, that's another super early one. I see 19 teens. I think that is a 1915. I'm going to clean this one up off camera and I will loop you back in. So here's just one more look at that wheat penny. That is super, super green. 1915 is the date on it. There's the 1 cent on the back, but I will certainly take it. Let's see if we get something else. Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another wrap-up for my last hunts of 2022. So there were a ton of relics on this hunt. I got onto this fancy gold-plated leaf as well as a drawer pull. I also got onto an accordion reed, busted up piece of spoon, fancy escutcheon, probably off of a doorbell. I also got onto a glass bottle stopper, onto some of the cooler relics. This spoon is beautiful. I put it through CLR. It's got a wheat and sickle pattern on it, tons of silver plate left over. This sounded like a Morgan dollar. It is a trunk latch dating back to Victorian times, so like late 1800s. I also got onto a couple early 1800s flat buttons. The first one says warranted, or best quality London. The other one says warranted orange color. Not much for coins on this hunt, just a few wheats, in 1952 and 1919 out of Michigan, and in 1918 and 1915 out of Nebraska. My favorite find from the hunts is this beautiful ring here, tons of fancy on it, and this would have been a sweetheart ring dating back to the mid-1800s, so super cool piece of history. But that was my hunt, guys. Thanks again for coming along. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in 2023.